Anyone, can you make me the presenter or host?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so I'm starting the session for today. So as for the yesterday, not yesterday actually, yesterday there was no session. So day before yesterday, what we have covered, the main thing, I mean the data types, and within the data types, the main data types that is called list and dictionary that we have covered. So is there any doubt or confusion? Anyone is having anything you have tried but you were stuck in something? Okay, hopefully no. So today we'll just going to cover the rest of the two data structure, just like tuple and set, and quick examples on some methods on those things. And then we can get started with some conditional statement in Python and the function, the user defined function, how to declare it and what are the, how we can use it. UDF, that is called UDF, user defined function. And after that, the loop. I mean, how we are doing the looping thing over here in Python. What are iterables? So just like for loop, while loop, do while loop, that kind of stuffs we'll be covering today. So I think no other will be joining. Let's get started on that. Okay. So just a quick recap on list and dictionary. So just like this. Everyone can see my screen, correct? Okay. So while doing the list, I mean, while declaring a list, how we're doing that one, and why the list and everything is important, because tomorrow onwards I'll be going ahead on pandas. So pandas should be there. I mean, I'll be creating the data frame. So data frame should be created on top of the list, dictionary, and the other data structure over here. So that's why I'm quickly going through on that topic so that while doing the pandas or numpy function, there will be no issue for understanding because those are the main stuffs for learning data engineering part. Because Python is a huge chapter, but I mean, as per this course, I'm just trying to cover the main thing what is really useful for data engineering. So that's why those data structure are really important. And for each of the scenario or each of the business requirement, you need to choose correct data type. So you need to choose why set is required. You need to choose why tuple is required for this scenario, why list is required. So that is the reason I'm just going ahead. I mean, with the bit details of the data structure part, those four data, I mean, data type. So that's why list how we can declare that I already covered. Just a quick recap. List should be declared. The main thing is we have the syntactically difference. List should be enclosed within this box. I mean that kind of brace should be there. Okay, so we can put the thing about this in this way. This is the list. The functional difference I'll be quickly coming. The questions may comes why we are using different thing, list, tuple. What is the difference between this? I mean, there is some difference. That's why I mean, as per the requirement, we need to change the thing. So the structural difference is this. If we declare this thing, it should be creating a list. But if we just create the same thing but with this brace, it should be a tuple. Okay. Let me just put command line there. And the same set, I mean, set is another data type that should be within curly braces. Okay. So just those are the difference of, I mean, syntactic difference while creating the thing. And dictionary, I'm not putting over here. It's a bit different. There is key value pair. So key should be containing the indexes, not only indexes, sorry, but keys, I mean, referring for particular value, the key is there. So key value pair should be there for dictionary. It's totally different. It should be enclosed by curly braces. And each of the element is, I mean, there is a gap I mean, we can identify each of the element with comma separator in dictionary. I have covered everything in last classes in details. Just a quick recap over there so that we can identify between list, tuple, and set over here. And one more thing just to show you. Let me run this. Okay, just let me print quickly. Print type. Type is a function which should return what kind of, which is the data type or that one. So print type L1 means it will be returning L1 data type. I mean the data type of L1. Okay, so L1 is list, L2 is tuple, and L3 is set. What just I mentioned. Okay, fine. Let's go ahead with detailing part. Tuple and sets. And one more thing. What is the functional difference for list and tuple? List is, I mean, the most flexible thing over here. So, I mean, most of the cases from tomorrow onwards, if I take any data structure, that should be mainly going to list. The main difference between list and tuple, if you can remember that I told last day, list is mutable. So we can change anytime any particular value over here. Okay, any particular element I can quickly insert, can quickly drop, or I can modify the particular element over here. In the same list that can be done, doable. But for tuple, it's not doable. So tuple is a immutable one. This is the main difference. This is the main functional difference. So if the requirement is just like this, that we need a, I mean, fixed set of data structure in Python, then we need to choose tuple for this requirement. And what is set? Set is, I mean, just like we have done the Venn diagrams over here, I mean, in our classes or anything. So set is that the same thing, set theory. So for this class, I mean, if we just want to go ahead with some set theory perspective analytical function, just like union, intersection, subset, this kind of operation we need to perform, then we need to choose set data type. Okay. So this is the main functional difference. Now I'm going ahead with the tuple part quickly. Tuple is just like same what I told. It's, I mean, I mean, whatever we are doing the list, it's the same thing, but it is not immutable one. So we can do the same thing, slicing whatever we are slicing for list, the same way we can slice for tuple as well. Slice means if we want to check 1, 2 only, I mean the substring kind of stuffs. For string, it's substring. Over here, it's tuple slicing. The naming convention is just like this one. So I just want to mention over here L2 zeroth element. Okay. It's 1. So this kind of stuff. So you can slice this thing, put some end character over here. So it should be printing from starting position to the one where I need to cover. So this is called slicing. It's same as list, nothing difference. Only we cannot do the operation in the same tuple. I mean, the adding or anything going to be deleted because whenever we are declaring any tuple, that is static in nature. For that one, we can build any other tuple on top of this one by decreasing or increasing length. But the same tuple cannot be modified. It's the immutable one. So this is the main difference with list, and we have less flexibility with tuple. So based on the requirement, we need to choose a data type, that one. So we can use methods. Only these two methods are there for tuple, as it's not mutable. So I mean the all particular methods used in list related to mutability to change anything, any element in that particular list, that is not possible over here. That's why we have only two methods been used for tuple, that is index and count. Index should be returning. Okay, let me just quickly show you what index is doing. L2 dot index. Okay, the thing is already there. Okay, counting, that was not possible last day. So actually counting, it should be counting how many. I can put any element, just like two. Let me introduce two again over here. So I'm just searching two. How many times the two is there in that particular tuple? Okay. So count should be returning the number of frequency of the element in that particular tuple or list. In the list, I was not able to mention the same thing last day. So count is doing that stuff. I just put another two over there. So the output should be three. Okay. So in that particular tuple, the two is three, I mean, present in three times. So that's why it's the frequency of two is three. So the count is doing the same thing. So what index does? Index will return the index of that particular element. Just like I'm putting 3 over here. It is returning the index of 3 is 2 because we're starting with 0th position, 0, 1, 2. Then you put 6. Okay. For 6 is 3. Okay, so that is the two methods we have been using over here for tuple. I'm moving ahead with set. I think there'll be no issue for tuple. It's very simple. If we are quite aware of what we are doing in list part, then tuple, I think the functional is very less tuple. Okay, set. So there are a couple of new things for set. I'm quickly just mentioning the thing one by one. So set is the collection. I mean, we can see over here ordered and unique objects. Those are the main keywords that is introduced in sets in a newly manner. So sets, if we declare uh, duplicate elements over there, set will just put a distinct, just like SQL, we are doing the distinct to have only the distinct records. So it should remove the duplicates and it will keep only the distinct records in set. Let me quickly show you. So I'm omitting tuple set, putting S1 as set. Okay, so set should be within curly braces. Only difference is this. I'm putting 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 2 times. Okay, putting 9. Again putting 4. So I'm printing S itself first. Just want to see that whether it's able to remove the duplicate. As well as you can also notice that, okay, let me put 3 over here. So it's an unordered data collection. I mean, why? I mean, you can see that the 4 and 3 should not be over here. If it's in ordered manner, it should be over here. So I've just put it in this way, but set will do the things internally within itself. Let me just quickly print S1 and let's check the difference. Okay, so first of all, it has removed the duplicates. Only one single 8 is there. And to make it a ordered data structure, 3 has been transferred from the end to at its own position. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. So this is the thing. Now we can just have, I mean, ordered collection. So set should be ordered collection. However, we are declaring it should be preparing itself as an ordered collection of data structure. And the objects, I mean, the element must be in unique format. Okay. Okay. This particular second point, it's not only for set. Actually, it's for everything. I mean, all the data structure between set, tuple, and list, we can converting the thing between themselves. I mean, from each one to another. How to do that? Just like we are declaring any other one, L1. So I'm converting this set, a particular list. Okay. So we need to use list function. List function is there. And we need to call S1, particular set. The same thing we can do for set to list as well. So this is based on the requirement. Suppose we have a list, we need some function, but I mean, while doing the proper things in a proper way, maybe I'm telling about the practical thing. So maybe we have lots of records, not only 4 5 records. There are lots of records, but as per the requirement, they need mutable operation on that one, but they need the distinct one to be checked first. Then what we can do, we can convert it uh, to the set quickly to remove the duplicates. Although we have some other functions or methods to remove the duplicates, but this is another way we can quickly convert it in set, can remove the duplicates, and we can rearrange. I mean, we can convert it again to list. So this is another way we can do this thing. Fine. Let me quickly print whether it's properly converted to list or not. Okay. So as per the braces, we can quickly check. So the S1 is printed first. This is the set, and L1 is printed at the second time. This is the list one with this box, this bracket, third bracket. Okay, so let me go ahead with the next methods. So what are the methods we can do this thing? As I told earlier, set is mainly for those analytical, operation that we can have in set theory. Just like what we can done in Venn diagram. So if you are aware of De Morgan law and all, so union thing, union, intersection, minus. So this kind of stuff so we can do by set operation. There are lots of things as well. I just put the popular one over here, methods perspective. So just to go ahead one by one, what the copy is doing. Copy as per the naming convention, copy and clear, just go on. Just going first quickly. Copy, it will be copied within another data set. So let's put S2. I'm printing S2 as well. Okay, same. So S2, S1 sets has been copied to S2. So S2 is a new one. Then clear. Clear it should be clearing everything. Let me clear from S2. S2 dot clear. Clear is a method, so it will be operating on top of S2 object. If I'm just printing S2, I think, S1 should be fine. I'm not clearing anything from S1. Let me print S1 as well. Okay, clear keyword is wrong one. Yes. Okay, so S1 is fine. As S2, I have cleared everything. Clear will have clearing everything over here. Okay, it's a null set, you can say. So when it's a null one, it should be representing in this way, set. So S2, there is nothing. That's why it's returning this one, and this is the value of S1. Okay. Now difference, intersection, and union. Going at union first, what union should do. Then going at intersection and difference between the minus one. So we have anything in a set, it's not present in the second set, that is called difference. Or what we have done in SQL, the minus keyword for the same one. Earlier session, I think whoever is there, you can understand the thing in SQL, what we have learned over there. Okay, let me quickly build another S2, not in this way. Should be in distinct in manner. I'm just declaring 5, 6. 6 is not there. I'm putting 6, 10, 11. Okay, let me put intersection. Intersection, let me create, I can create a new set and assign the intersection, or I can, okay, let me put something for intersection as well. Just like 2, 3. Otherwise, you cannot able to identify the intersection. Okay, let me union the thing first. So what is the keyword for union? S2 dot union. I'm doing S2 dot union. For union, I can put anything at the earlier, or for intersection as well. Is the common one. It's not irreversible. I mean, you can put anything in previous. For the difference part, we need to check put who, I mean, which particular set I need to put earlier, and then that clause. Okay, as of now, I'm doing the union part for S2 and S1. I can print directly that thing, or I can keep this thing in another set and I can print the same thing. Anything I can do. Okay, so you can see it's just doing the union operation, uh, and it's just going to add 6, 10, 11. So those are the new thing. Okay, we are doing the same thing for intersection. I'm just intersection. We'll be having 2, 3. Yes, because those are the common element matching between two set. I'm assuming that you are all aware of Venn diagram and set theory. What is intersection? What is union? If not, please ask me. Then I'll be quickly going through this part. Okay, hopefully yes. Is there any doubt till now what I have covered? Okay, I think no. Fine. The same thing I can do for minus. I mean, the difference keyword there. Difference is, I mean, doing the same thing. So whatever we have extra data in S2 that is not present in S1, that is called, I mean, that is been done by difference. So let me quickly print the thing. So over here, as per the example, what are the extra thing present in S2? That is 6, 10, 11. 2, 3 is already present in S1. That's why it's not been showing us the result. So if I can change it, S1 over here and S2 is over here, it should be modified. So what the things are new, I mean now extra at S1, which is not present in S2. So that should be done by this difference method. Okay. So just covered the total data structure part, or actually we have covered all the data types in Python. Especially I'm imposing, I mean, just if there is any doubt or if you want to go ahead with any hands-on, just do, I mean, more things on list, tuple, set, dictionary for data perspective. I think those are quite simple, or integer, float, boolean, and string. It's simple and it should be same as in other languages as well. Name other naming conventions maybe, but those four just keep some more concentration on that one, because we can play with the data. We will be creating data frame tomorrow on top of any of the data structure, and that time, I mean, it should be helpful to understand if you have earlier knowledge on that one, so that should be helpful. Okay, so just I'm going ahead with some basic operation, that is conditional operation, that means if else statement. Over there, I think we all are aware. Just quick notation how we are doing the thing in Python. So if the condition should be there, just like let me put 4 greater than 5. This is the wrong thing, correct? 4 cannot be greater than 5. So as a output, it should be a Boolean false. So if this is the thing, then I'm printing, okay. So we need to put a colon after the condition. Then just put enter. If you're entering the thing, you can see that it's not, the cursor is not starting from here. There is a tab. So this is the indentation maintained by that particular tool. I'm doing the thing in PyCharm. So if you are doing the thing in Notepad or Notepad++, then you need to maintain this indentation by your own. So if you are doing a for loop or conditional statement, after putting the condition, the next statement, if the next statement should be under, if it is under this condition or under this loop, then put a tab. The tab is there to understand that that particular statement is, I mean, it should be controlled by the upper statement. I mean, not exactly controlled. It should be in operation of the upper statement, we can say. So this is the thing. I mean, we need to properly maintain the indentation. Otherwise, the result will not be the resulting output. It's not proper. It will not be a proper way. So in Python, we need to maintain the proper indentation while doing the loop, as well as this particular conditional statement as well. Okay, so just go ahead with, I'm going ahead with that one. If 4 equal to 5, then I can print. I'm just printing. Uh, okay, I'm just putting. Okay, it's it. We know that it's not possible, but just putting okay. And as we know that 4 is not greater than equal to 5, then that's why I'm putting a else statement. Print. There was a wrong logic. There is a wrong logic. So what I'm going to do, if 4 greater than 5, if the thing is satisfied, actually, then it should be going ahead with the next statement. It should be executing this statement. If that thing is not satisfying, I mean, it's not been properly satisfied, then it should be going to directly else. Okay. So 4 greater than 5, it's not true. That's why it will not execute this one. It will come into else statement. So we should be only getting this one. Okay. There is a wrong logic. And if 5, let me put 6. 6 greater than 5. It is correct. 6 should be always greater than 5. So it's the output should be true and it should be executing this one. Just I'm printing okay. So it is simple if else statement. I think we are all aware of that stuff. We can also use the elif for another one. That is else if in elif another condition we should be presenting over here. So based on the different scenario, we can do that one. I'm assuming that you are all aware of this. So that's why I'm not going to detailing in if else part. But if this is required in any of the cases in Python, I can quickly show you, I mean, tell you in detailing manner. But these details we can do this thing and leave this thing and going to the next topic as of now. Just we need to understand the syntax. If keyword, then condition, then we need to put a colon. Then in the next statement, it should be within an indentation. And the same way, can close the indentation and start another condition, else or any other elif, and we can close the statement with the last. If I mean whether else case, what should be there, you can put this thing and close this if a statement. Okay. So going to the iteration part, very important topic. So first of all, the for loop, obviously, the what we have learned in primary languages in C or any other. So for loop, it's one kind of iteration we can do by for, using for. So till now, if there is any doubt, you can quickly ask. Otherwise, I'll be starting for loop, while loop. There is nothing. Okay. Okay, fine. So what is for loop? Iteration, I mean naming convention, I think we are all aware what is iteration. So just like for is the keyword for iteration, this is a basic iteration, we can go ahead. We need to declare one variable that is called iteration variable, just like I'm putting I for I in. Okay, let's go ahead with some list first. Declare some list L1 equal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let me put some character R. Okay, so for I'm just doing this for loop on top of list to print all the elements of list. I'm not putting print L1. If I do print L1, it should be printing entire list. So while I'm doing that one, you might have seen that it should be showing the thing in list format itself in third braces. But over here, I'll be just going to print only the elements of the list. Okay. In L1, then the same way, the second statement, I mean, this is the condition, not exactly condition for syntaxes. When I'm going to the second, the original statement, then I need to put a colon over here. Then in next tab, I mean, next line, that should be tab delimited with some indentation. So I'm putting print I. Let me print that one. You can see it was successfully able to print the thing, the elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then R. Okay, so just like the same thing we can do for set dictionary as well. So that should be different in manner. Dictionary, I'll be just going ahead quickly with some difference for dictionary as well. So which thing needs to be printed, a key or whether it's value or the entire set. So that should be a bit different. I'll be just quickly going through that one for dictionary. Or for set and tuple, it should be same, just like list. Okay. Or for string, we can directly put any string, just like I'm putting Rohit. Okay. Directly declaring I in Rohit is a string data type. Just printing it should be in this format. Okay. What is I? I is a iteration variable. So it should be taking each one at a time while doing the iteration part. And we are printing the same thing over here. So this is the part that is called iterable over here. Iterables. So that, I mean, for I mean, that variable should be working on some iterable. I mean, there should be multiple character or multiple element over here. If I just directly put one integer variable, I mean, that is not possible. I mean, then it should be failing. Let me put t equal 9. Okay. I'm running this thing. Okay. And I can really put t, not over here. Okay. So it should be throwing me the error. It's not an iterable. So for that for stuff should be working on some iterable. So what are the iterable that I mentioned? List can be an iterable. Particular set can be an iterable. Dictionary can be iterable. Okay. So we have a one of the important iterable as well. The range function can create range function as an iterable. So what is range function? Let me put range Range, we can put anything on the range. The start point, the range, let me put 1, the end point 9, then the increment operator, suppose 1. If I'm not doing any increment operator, by default, it should be taking 1. Okay. So this is the range function over here. It is also iterable. Ranges are iterable. That's why. So it should be printing 1 to 8. The last thing is the upper limit. It should not be covering 9 over here, printing. So this is the range function. It's very important. It's working as a iterable, and mainly we can use this thing in creating sequences of this kind of stuffs. We can put the particular increment operator, how much incremental it should be going at 2 or 3, and put 2 over here. You can see the spaces between the data should be 2. So 1, 3, 5, 7, the odd number, you can say. Okay, so range function is understandable. I'm assuming this kind of stuff we'll be using in later session if I just want to create any data or anything. So we can quickly create that stuff. Okay, fine. Nested loops, we can just create another nested loops inside that one. Just like for J, producing another loop variable in range, or I can put EL1 in this list and I comma j. So it's a combination of this loop variable. Okay. So what it's doing, so we have one value just like 1. So from this particular for loop, we are going to get 3 elements. 1, 3. I mean, sorry, 4 elements. 1, 3, 5, 7. From each of the elements, just like for 1, we should be having the combination of this jth variable. Okay. So for 1, each of the combination from list 1 should be there till this thing. Then the second, I mean, it's going back to this for loop again. It's going ahead with the second element 3, then another with 3 different combinations of list is there, list element is there. So this way we are going ahead. So this is the nested loop. Anything is remaining for loop. Okay, dictionary. Sorry, I'm getting some echo. Hello. Okay, fine. Anyone wants to mention anything? Okay, I think nothing. So the thing is left dictionary. How can I mean, how we can go ahead with dictionary as a iterable? A bit difference for dictionary. Let me quickly declare a dictionary over here. PyCharm. Here D1. It should be in curly braces. It's like A should be having 1, 2, 3. Then B. So I just declared a dictionary in D1. There is one key, I mean two keys, just like A, 1, 2, 3, then B, 3, 4, 5. These are the key. So if I just going to print for I in the same way, if I just going to print, it will not print everything. I in D1, let me put colon. Okay. print I. Let me see what we are able to check over here. So it's a key only, A, B. The value is not coming over here. Okay. So for that, what we need to do? Mm, let me put values. So by default, it should be coming with the key is 1. D1 dot value. I have demo command over here. Let me quickly check. I have pasted the thing in Notepad++. D1 dot values. Yeah, it's fine. Let me copy this thing. Okay. B1, B1. Okay. So the items, there's keys and values. Each of the scenario, it should be. First one is for items. Items should be. If I put D1 dot items, this items function should be calling everything. Should be key as well as value. Okay. And for the keys, by default, if we just pass D1 itself, it should be same as keys that I showed earlier. If I do not put anything, it should be same as keys. Or, you can also put keys as well. And we have values, D1 dot values. Maybe that time it was a typos there. So values should be only returning the value, not key. Okay. So what are the required one? We just need to understand and we need to print in the same manner. Okay. Hopefully there is nothing, no confusion. Okay. So going ahead with quickly, I'll be touching a while loop. What we are doing in while. While we can just quickly declare, just we need to initialize one particular variable. Suppose it's I equal to 0. While we need to put the condition I less than 50. Okay, let me omit that stuff. I need to initialize the variable, the loop variable first. Then I need to put the condition while keyword, the condition. You put 10. Then colon, put enter. It should be starting with some indentation. Print I. Print I. Then I just have to increment this thing. Otherwise, okay, increment should be also inside the loop. Correct. We need to think what should be the indentation. Okay. So I should be here. I equal to I plus 1. Okay. So we can see this is the loop. So this kind of, while loop we can also use instead of for. So whatever we can prefer. So I believe there is no issue with the loop concept or iteration. We can do the thing from our own way. Okay, one more thing. What is break continue? Those are very important topic. Break and continue. The break keyword, if we just introduce this break keyword, maybe within some conditional statement, maybe we are introducing for loop, then we are doing some if else condition, then we are introducing break. If the if condition satisfied, it should be executing the break statement. If the break statement is there, break is there for breaking the loop itself. Okay. So as per the requirement, we can introduce this break statement and continue. What is continue? If we put the same way, we can put the continue statement. Then that iteration, it should be just like, let me give you a quick example. Uh, Suppose we are putting some break function over here. So the thing is coming at the first iteration. At the first iteration, the value of I should be 0 only. Okay. So the value of I is 0. So 0 is greater less than 10. It's fine. So it's printing 0. Then I equal to I plus 1. Then the value of I is 1 in this line. Then it should be executing break statement. There is no conditional, if else conditional statement. That's why break can be directly coming over here and it will break the loop. Only 0 should be returned. Okay, let me quickly run it. Okay, it just broke the particular loop and only 0 has been returned. The last element, what the I captured, that has been returned over here. What continue does? So continue what it will be doing. It should be printing the same thing 0. I equal to I plus 1. Then I value is 1. Value of I is 1. Continue, it will be doing uh, that particular iteration I is 0. So it will be breaking the same thing, but it will not break the loop itself. It will get rid of the current iteration and it will be going to the next iteration. Okay. So in this simple scenario, it should be same what we are just, there will be no effect if you can check over here for continue because it should be returning the same thing. But for some condition or anything, if you can put over here, then it's understandable. Break is totally uh, getting rid of that particular loop and continue is useful for getting rid of for that present iteration, just like 0 1 2 which iteration it's going ahead, and it will help for the loop to go ahead with the next iteration. That's why continue not present in the current loop variable, loop element. So this is the concept of break and continue. Based on different scenarios, we have to choose which one we need to take. Okay. Any doubt? Till now, I'll be just going at the next topic, user-defined function. The inbuilt function we have already gone through that, just like print function, length function, lots of just like today I have just covered set, list. Those are the functions to convert from list to set. We can use set function. So this kind of function we have just already gone through. Then we just have to going ahead with user-defined function. This is one of the most important topic. So hopefully there is no doubt till now. Going ahead with the function topic. So function, why we are using function? Function, to do an activity. Actually, if the activity is, we can use a particular activity multiple times, then what we can do, we just need to declare the function. Inside the function, we need to mention that particular activity. Okay. And if we want to do this activity again and again, then no need to do the activities or no need to do the coding part again and again. Instead of, we can call the particular function at that point of time. Okay. So this is the usage of, usefulness of the function. Just give me 1 second. Okay. So how the functions can be defined? There will be def keyword, then a function name. It's as per your naming convention. Let me put my function. It should be underscore, opening and close braces. Then again colon. Just press enter, should be indentation. In my function, that what we can print, just like this is a new function. Just I'm printing this way. I'm declaring a function. If I call that particular function in any of the code, then it should be returning this particular string. This is a new function. Just let me validate. Let get out of this indentation. We're outside the program. I mean, function over here. If I'm doing anything over here, it should be in this particular indentation. I mean, that definition of the function. So that's why the indentation plays a key role over here. And if there is any mistake at the indentation, Python should be throwing an error. So it's very important topic. So I'm just going to the main program. So that's why I'm omitting the indentation. Okay, it's in the same place, earlier place. So let me call the my function. How many times we can do it should be just returning. Instead of doing the print statement again and again, we can just copying the statement and paste the statement multiple times. It should be printing the statement multiple times. So this is the activity of function. Just like we can do multiple same things in multiple times by using the function. So let me give you a practical example. It's a simple one. I think you have already gone through for any numerical operation, just like square a function. I mean, square a particular number. So SQRE, SQ. Okay. So over here, I mean, the previous example, I did not pass any parameter. In particular function, we can pass some parameters as well based on our requirement. Okay. I'm just going ahead to create a function that should be squaring a particular number. Okay. Just like then that time I need to choose a number and that should be an input parameter for this particular function. So let me put a number anyway. So what should it return? That particular function should be returning a value as well. It should be taking a number as a value, that is the input parameter, and at the output it should be also returning a number. The number should be the squared of that input number. Okay, so we need to put the return statement. So when we'll be calling that function, the same thing will be returned to us. So what it should be returned? It should be returned the square thing, that means num multiply num. Okay, now we user tell us to uh, square a particular number. Then we do not have to put num into num in another way. Just we need to do print. If we have the number with us, can directly call this in print statement directly, or anywhere in any internal calculation. You can call this function as well. So let me print 5. Print 5. Okay. 25. So this way, I mean, we can do anything. Multiple times we can use that function. That is the, I mean, usefulness of the function. That we are calling that particular function. That is the function SQ5, that SQ. And the num over here, we are passing that input thing over here is a user defined one. 5, 6, 7, 8, anything we can put. And in return of this particular function, it should be returning as the exact number. For 6, it should be 36. For 5, it should be 25. So this is called function. Actually, user-defined functions. So the function should be in complex when we'll be going further with our project with advanced level or anything. So we can put lots of logic there and we can call those things again with a single command, and it should be returning everything by the single command. This is called function. And this is a particular way to defining the function, the earlier way. So we covered the basic steps of function. Is there any doubt for function, what we just learned now?
I have a small question actually. So when we have, print, you know, A print keyword, then why we use return for that? Can we use print?
Yeah, we are returning that particular value only. Okay, let's omit the print. As per your way, I'm just omitting print. You are telling this thing, correct?
Instead
No
of
need to put the
return,
print.
can we use it like print num into num?
Yeah, that thing is possible, obviously. So this is also possible. I mean, num into num, we can directly do that thing. No issue. But for bigger calculation, so we are doing only square number. So there is lots of, I mean, bigger calculation should be there. Some cube plus square, this kind of stuff is there. Then you can see that only single thing should be doing everything. Okay. That is understandable or not? I didn't get it actually. Yeah, what you have told it's correct. We can do print inside. I mean, without print, we can just do num into num. Suppose we have a big function, just like squaring a number, then adding it uh, with some other thing. Just like we have to do some standard deviation as well between multiple numbers, multiple parameters. Then we cannot do this entire steps in a print function. So for the bigger function, we can achieve the most important things. I mean, the thing should be significant in manner for function. Over here, it's a small one. Square we can easily determine. I just take this thing as an example. So that's why it should be a small in activity, but the main concept of function is the same. We just need to call this thing in this way and can print it, or we can use the same thing in another logic, and that's the purpose. Not only printing, but we can do anything. Some other calculation we can use that thing. We can use some nested function as well. Can call that same function in another function. So this is the thing. Am I? I mean, what I'm telling, is it understandable?
Yeah, it is understandable.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Okay. Then if there is any doubt, you can quickly ask. Otherwise, we can wrap up the session for today. Okay. I hope there is nothing. So thanks everyone. Bye bye. Have a great day.